and welcome back to Tabletop Therapy. Last time, our initial hero, Carr, a human rogue, he had met his untimely demise in the depths of the Ironwood Underground, felled by a cult fanatic. Despite that setback, the remaining party members, Tolvise, Dacia, and Bram, escaped and have now regrouped with a new ally, Mystis, a Tiefling samurai fighter with a personal vendetta against the legendary beast haunting their city of Ironwood. Together, they've re-entered the underground, determined to find the missing manuscript requested by the Arcane Artisans Guild and uncover the secrets lurking below. So far, they've fought and defeated an ogre, a half-ogre, in cunning ambushes utilizing traps, and surprised to their advantage. Their journey continues as they delve deeper, searching for answers and ready to face whatever dangers lie ahead. Join us as we continue to explore the mysteries of the Ironwood Underground and see if our adventurers can succeed where others have fallen. Will they retrieve the manuscript? Will they uncover the full extent of the thieves' plans? Stay tuned as our story unfolds. All right. Dropping into the game. Okay, so one thing that we need to take care of, a little bit of business before we get rolling, is we are going to update our time here because we have not done that yet. So from the beginning, we had not too much time pass here since the party entered back into the underground with, you'll see now I've got these little character icons here. This is the party. So there's Mystis, Tolvise, Dacia, and Bram. So that gives them a little bit of flavor, a little bit of character. So last time the party, after we lost Carr, we re-rolled Mystis as our primary player character, and he is now sort of leading the charge for the party. And they've probably spent, after they went back down into the underground, and I'll just pull up a quick map here. They defeated the orc and the half-ogre in room 36 here. They defeated Orog, which was also an orc, sort of a champion-type orc. But not too much time has passed. We only have here 2 dice in our danger pool, which means that only a couple rooms were explored since they re-entered. But I think it's important that we keep time moving. And they did go back up and purchase some potions. So we're going to do some time tracking here. And we're going to say they have already spent a couple hours. Most of that time was going back up and purchasing some additional potions. So we're just going to go up 2 hours, and we're going to update our time here. That's going to take us from 8 a.m. of start time, and now we're up to 10 a.m. So we've taken care of some time progression, which is great. Time progression will have various effects on running gameplay, including our daily gold burn and other things that will come up later. But what we need to do is we need to decide. We got some decent loot last time. We've got some Mithril Splint. We got a Medallion of Thoughts to read some thoughts of some enemies. Gauntlets of Ogre Power, so now Mystis is quite strong. And we got a Cap of Water Breathing. I don't think that's going to come into effect very often, but it's a decent piece, and who knows when it might come in handy. So one of the things that I was thinking about is, now that we have a +4 in strength, it doesn't make much sense for our fighter to be using a dexterity weapon. He's already got pretty high dexterity, but I think we should probably use some of this gold. We've got 500 gold sitting here to consider a strength-based weapon. So I want to go back to the shop we generated last time Let's see if we can find out what that was. Oh, you know what? I must have saved it to the index. In Ironwood. I wonder where I saved those shops. Okay, it must just be in my history, so I'm gonna have to go looking for it. Here we are. So I'm gonna grab all of these shops, and I'm just gonna save these into the Ironwood summary here. So, we've got, I'll pop this back over here. I just need to put this back to our shop generator. Perfect. Okay. So I think the thing to do is just, okay, we've got a longsword here. Oh, it's 1,000 GP for a +1 longsword. I have rules, I believe, for discounts. But let me see. Even just a standard longsword is going to be better. We got hunting and survival. Okay. So there... Oh, here we go. Standard longsword, 15 gold. Easy. So we're going to make a trip back up out. I could also potentially grab a cloak of protection, which would be kind of nice. Now, I guess if I got a discount, I could get that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our party go back up out of the Ironwood Underground, back up to Ironwood. This is my working map of Ironwood at the moment. I need to replace Carr because he is dead with Mystis. Okay. Now I haven't plotted where any of these shops may be here, but this will just be a sense of somewhere in this town we are going to enter our shop. The Iron Blade Armory, it's called. It's a renowned armory known for its fine metalwork. The shop specializes in weapons and armor, both mundane and magical, to help defend against the legendary beast and to support the city's trade routes. Alright, so we're going to grab this longsword for 15 gold. And am I going to look up the rules right now about how I was going to do discounting? Why not? Let's go ahead and look up those rules. So... Oh, I set up a selling mechanic. I think it was basically the same. Oh, you know what? I did put it in rules. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, selling to a shop. Okay, this modifier is basically going to be the same thing. But instead of these will be discounted basically then. But I think the inverse would need to apply. So, how do I want to do this? Oh no, it would be just discounting the price on there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have... Who's good at persuasion? Do I even have anyone? Okay, it's Dacia, but I don't really have anyone that's actually proficient. So Dacia is going to be the one that's going to try and wheel and deal and figure out if we can get some sort of discount. So we all have come up out of the Ironwood Underground. We enter into the shop here. What did we call it? The Ironblade Armory. Dacia, walks up and starts chatting with the shopkeeper. And she's going to try and get us a cloak of protection and a longsword. Because I think that's all we're going to be able to afford, but we do need to get some sort of discount here. So, she's going to use whatever skills are at her disposal to persuade. And the total here is, we're looking 515 gold. So we need some sort of discount, and we're going to go ahead and roll persuasion. Ooh, very nice. 21 to lock in a discount. So we're at 515. And this means we get a minus 50% to the price. This seems very strong. So 515 times basically half, 257.50. So we're going to come in here, we're going to subtract 257.50, and now we're down to 243.5, and then we're going to add in 2 items to Mystis. We're going to add in Cloak of Protection, that was 500, but we got discounted. Add to equipment. Oh, he's going to be so strong now. And then we need to attune. There we go, 21 armor class, plus to all my saves. We're going to attune Medallion of Thoughts as well. So we've got 3 items attuned. And then we're going to add 1 more item to inventory, and that was the longsword, just a standard longsword. Add to equipment, and then we're going to equip that, and we're just going to, we had a rapier here, and I think we're going to, I'm not encumbered because I have the strength gloves now. This is perfect. Okay, I was worried about having to drop my rapier, but I don't need to, because I have strength increased now. Okay, so we are doing very well at level 1. +1 on all saves, 21 armor class. I don't think we're going to lose our main character again, hopefully. Alright, so back to the quest. So let's say this takes an hour for the team to come up, to make the trade, to get a deal. And well done, Dacia, for that. And now we're going back down into the Ironwood Underground to finish our quest to find the manuscript. And in order to do this, what we determined on the quest text is, and I will just pull that up so that I am recalling correctly. Where did quest here. So basically it described the bandit leader as a low-level sorcerer. So we need to generate some sort of character in the dungeon, find some sort of character that is a low-level sorcerer. And if we clear the entire dungeon, we don't find one, we'll probably just roll that cultist returns and that he had left, but we, basically clear out his entire dungeon, and then he comes back at the end if, we clear out the entire dungeon. So, time to clear out a dungeon. Or find some other cultist or something, and that will end the quest for us. But let's spend that hour going out and coming back in. Update the time. So it's now 11 a.m. We're almost to the middle of the day. And we're dropping back into the dungeon. So, I can update Mystis's. I should update all of these tokens because Since the last session, I have added all of these characters, and they look a lot better. So we're just going to drop them all back in. We need to remember that Dacia has her Armor of Agathis. So we'll go ahead and put a blue circle there. And here we all are. Very nice. Okay, and I believe that Tolvise is still our scout. Let's look at her sheet. Yeah, she's got perception, she's got stealth, she's a rogue, she's great. We should have bought some potions too. I'm going to retcon some potion purchases. It's 50 each. We had gotten a discount, though. Oh yeah, we can buy these from Hopton, being our guild contact. So I guess we will need to roll a new discount roll to determine what happens there. So let's just do that to see if we can get Hopton to give us some sort of discount. We would have conveyed to her that we had done very well for ourselves. We had found some loot down there, and she should help us out because it's very tough. And no discounts. Fine. That being the case, I can only afford 4 healing potions, so we'll do 1 for each of our heroes. So we'll do minus 200 gold. But we will go in and add 1 healing potion to each of our characters. And this is just my favorite part. Add to backpack. Inventory. I would love if there were like campaign-wide better tools for managing a whole campaign's inventory. So D&D Beyond, please make it happen. Potion of healing, inventory. I mean, this use case is kind of obscure, maybe, but still, it would be nice to have. Okay, we've added our 4 healing potions. We have burned quite a bit of our gold down, but we are in a much better position. I'm not going to waste any of those healing potions now. We still have most of our characters at maximum hit points, Tolvise being the most vulnerable. Okay, so how we run this basically is we have Tolvise knows there's a trap here on I. Basically, I think what we would probably do is we'd come into room 21 and we would want to proceed through there if we could. So we'll just leave the whole party behind until we're ready. So Tolvise is going to come into room 21. I need to open back up our dungeon. Here is the link to do so. Okay. Now, room 21. So we've come through the east entry, defeated Orog, and now it says several iron cages are scattered throughout the room and a rusted chain lies in the southwest corner of the room. We defeated the orc and the half-ogre that were here already, so there is not much except for an empty room. So we'll come back and we're going to have her spend 1 dice pool to scout the room to ensure that to find out if there's anything here, which would include scouting this new door that we have access to. So reality is, based on what I'm reading here, there is no trap except for the room. And it looks like there's a bugbear in the next room. So we're going to go ahead and create this room. This room's encounter. Oh, you know what? I think I can dupe these. Great. That makes it so I have to type less. And then the room number is 32. That's where we're headed. So 32, and we have one beautiful bugbear. This is going to probably be the easiest fight we do. Alright, we're going to save that. We're going to come back over here. We're going to find a bugbear and pop him into our next room. But it's a trapdoor. So the door has been identified as having a trap. And now we need to figure out if we can open it without issue. So it says that it's a DC 15 to find. So we used it by expending a time pool danger dice. And it's a DC 10 to disable. So I think what we were doing is the DC to disable is also the DC to assess whether or not we think we can disable it. So it's kind of to detect the DC, so we don't accidentally trigger it. So she is going to go ahead and roll perception. Okay, 11. She thinks she can do it. She thinks she's aware that it's a DC 10, basically, is her assessment. She had failed, she would say, okay, I'm not sure if I can disable this, but I might try. So given that she understands the difficulty of it and thinks she can do it, it's not too challenging of a roll. Actually, does anyone have... I don't think we have guidance or anything. Why did I think that maybe somebody would have gotten guidance? Yeah, I don't think we have any other special ways to disable traps or anything like that. Yeah, okay. So just a good old-fashioned picking of a lock. So sleight of hand, let's see if we can disable it without dying. Done. Okay. So successful trap disable. I think I have some experience for doing so, but we'll go ahead and change this here. I'm going to go look at my rules and see what my... Because the trap was an easy trap, right? Where is it? Yeah, DC 10 to disable, which is basically an easy disable. I have traps here, easy, 12.5 experience. So let's... That was the wrong button. Manage... experience, what did I say, 12.5. Let's just always round up on experience. Okay. Move the needle a little bit. So well done, Tolvise, earning the party a little experience on the disable. And now, what needs to be determined is whether or not we can sneak up on this bugbear. So we're going to go ahead and run this encounter so we can get the bugbear's information up here. And he is just going to make a... So we're going to have Tolvise make a stealth check to, now that the door is disabled, open it quietly to check who is inside. Alright, so 19 stealth, very nice. And the bugbear is basically going to roll perception. And that's just going to be straight up wisdom check at this point. So does not detect. Okay, so we are aware of the bugbear and we will be able to get a surprise round here. It is not waiting for us and we can get the jump. So this is great. This is going to be easy, I think. So the party is now in position. I imagine them all sort of waiting behind the door. It's just barely cracked open. We will have them roll. For some reason, auto-rolling initiative for my party. There we go. Now it lets me. So we will start the encounter. Okay, so yeah, Mystis would be the first one to run in. So he's got his new longsword in one hand, his shield in the other, and he sort of like looks at everyone, nods, and then runs in. So he's going to go ahead and circle around the bugbear here. Actually, now that we're all running into the room, let's pull it up and see what we find. So, yep, we had the north entry. That's where we're coming. That's where that trap was. Room features. So as we run in, there's a group of demonic faces have been carved into the north wall, and a fountain and a statue of a god of darkness sits in the southeast corner of the room. Ominous. But this is bugbear chilling. Not much going on there. Okay, and there's minor treasure here. Only 15 copper. Dang, we got so lucky with the loot in the previous two rooms. It's nuts. But I love it. Okay. So, Mystis runs in. We're going to change up our music here a little bit because it's not very combat. Alright. I think this one's probably going to be pretty good. Maybe not. Anyway, we won't bother too much with the sound. So, Mystis runs in first. So this is going to be full surprise round. So Bugbear's got 27 HP. I imagine we'll be able to take him down first round, especially with our advantage. So longsword attack at advantage, 24 to hit, totally hits. We have 1d8 plus 4. Go ahead and roll that damage. That's 6 damage to the bugbear. Not amazing, but not bad. Says I already used second wind. I'm not sure that that's true. Oh, you know what I did, I think I accidentally used second wind thinking it was action surge. Like a silly guy. Okay. Well, that's okay. But I definitely don't have action surge, and I will just rule that my second wind was taken up. Okay. So he's done. Next in our turn order is going to be Bram, Tolvise, and then Dacia. So Bram is gonna run into the doorway here. He's not gonna be able to get a shot. Actually, I think in the surprise round, you can't use reactions if you're surprised. So let me find out if that's true. Yeah, okay. So he's not going to be able to use his reaction here, which is just great. So Bram is going to move to the corner of the room next to that statue of the Dark God. And he's going to Uses longbow +1 at advantage. Jeez. Terrible roll. Okay. So that's an 8 to hit. And there's no way this hits. 16 AC. Yeah. No way. So that's a bummer. Next up is going to be Tolvise. So Tolvise runs in. Is going to, I think, just move around and get here in this position. Create some space for Dacia to come in. And then Tolvise is going to go ahead and use Rapier. Advantage to hit. Here we go. 18 hits against 16 AC. We're going to do some damage. 8 plus a d6. Very nice. So that's 14 damage to the bugbear. Looking bad, looking bad. Okay. Dacia is up next in the surprise round. In she goes. She'll actually move here, and time for an Eldritch Blast. Dacia, Eldritch Blast, at advantage. 18 hits, d10 on the damage, 7. Alright, that was just enough to drop him in the surprise round. Perfect. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so we got... Oh wait, I need to know what the experience was for that. This was room 32. For a party of 4, that was 50 experience per player. Are we at level 2? 50 experience. Ho ho ho, nope. 11 short of level 2. Great. So close. Alright. But we did get 15 copper. Not much on that bugbear, but there's our 15 copper. Okay. Back to it. So, now we're now in this new room. Room 32? Yeah, 32. Bugbear is dead. And there's not much here. We've got an archway and a stuck iron door. So we could see this archway. And this door is stuck. I think we would basically gather that this door was going to lead to that previous stuck door that we didn't want to try and knock down. So Tolvise is going to go back on the scout. How far is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's perfect. So she's going to spend her next danger dice scouting that, determining that there are no traps. But we're going to go ahead and sneak up to that lower archway and see what there is to see. Not great with an 11, but she's sneaking up to this archway, peeking into room 33. There's goblins in there. Oh boy. So she's just peeking around the corner with an 11 stealth, and we have 4 goblins that are going to make checks to see if they are aware of her. And I have a feeling that's going to go poorly. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4 goblins. Alright. And we will build our encounter here. Create new. Just kidding. We are going to dupe one. We're going to call it room. What does this say? 33 it is. Room 33. Gonna delete these guys, and we're going to get some gobs. 1, 2, 3, 4 gobs. Save it. We're gonna run it. So I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna pre-roll initiative. That's fine. I'll give them, they won't all act in the same turn. They'll all roll their own initiative, which means they will all also roll their own perception against an 11. And I'm sure one of them will detect her. So, here goes the first one. Oh yeah. Okay. So they know that we are here, and this will be interesting. So we're all sort of trailing behind Mystis. This is sort of what the marching order would be. I think Bram would take up the rear. Dacia in the middle there. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just... this might be good for us to do each time. We're going to look at encounter to see... Okay, mid-range 25 to 60. So they're actually on the far end of the room. Just generating a random placement for them. So that's what we'll do, and that's just fine because goblins have bows and they are going to be doing okay with them. So, no surprise round this go. It's just straight into the fight. So, Goblin B. Okay, we've got A, B, C, and D here. So we're going to just name these. Goblin A. That didn't work. A. Okay. B. C. And D. Okay, so who's up first? We've got... You know what? I'm going to put this map, I think, over on our main screen here, just so it's easier to navigate between the encounter and the map. Okay. So it's Goblin B that's up first. Here he is. He can see Tolvise basically standing there in the hall. I'll scoot these guys up a bit. And he's going to make a short bow attack against her. That's going to miss. That's great. These guys have shields, but since they're attacking at range at this point, they will not have them out. How smart am I going to play these guys? Average intelligence. Goblins know how to fight. These guys are gathered together. I think it's going to be a pretty decent scrap here. So after missing, I guess he wouldn't be able to pull out. Yeah, I think they're all just going to start with bow out. That would make the most sense with them being at a distance. But he's going to actually run over here and get in the corner. Alright, Dacia's up. Dacia's going to run in 1, 2, 3, 4. And she is going to pick a goblin to blast with Eldritch Blast. I think she's going to pick B, because that one's sort of like waiting in ambush. So Eldritch Blast on B. Alright, well done. Solid hit. 2 damage on B. So not crazy good, but she's going to take a step back under the archway here. Tolvise up next. Tolvise is going to run in next to B. She's going to go for the attack with the rapier. Standard attack. 7 to hit, does not hit. Okay. That's going to be it for her, I think. I don't think she has any other features or anything that she can do. She doesn't have the ability to disengage or anything yet. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Alright, so we have Goblin D up next. This one is gonna, I think, just keep his distance. Tolvise or Dacia? Who would he target? He's gonna target the one that's done damage. Just standard aggro rules. So he's gonna try and hit Dacia. Short bow, 17 to hit. It's definitely gonna hit. He's gonna roll his damage. Very good hit. 8 damage to Dacia. She is gonna lose all of her temp HP. And 3 on top of that, so down to 0. Armor of Agathis goes down, and then she's going to take 3 damage. Ouch. Not so bad, though. Alright, Mystis is up next. Good, good, good. So he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and I really wish that there was a better threat mechanic for pulling aggro, but he's just going to have to do his best here. Alright, so we're going to do longsword attack. Come on. 17 hits. We're going to do our D8 slashing. Darn. 6 damage. Oh, it's actually enough to take down B. So B goes down. 1 damage overkill. Put him in red to indicate. And how many did I move? I think I was here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now I've got good control on the room. And I killed one of their people, so Goblin C is going to go next, and he's going to shoot at me with his short bow. He's going to miss terribly. Not move after that. Bram is up. Bram is going to move in. He's going to have advantage on everyone, and he's going to target C, being just straight ahead. So let's get a longbow shot for him. 11 does not hit, unfortunately. Okay, Goblin A is up. He's not going to take a bow attack. He's going to go ahead and pull out his scimitar, and only next turn will he be able to pull out his shield, so he still has lower AC. Actually, yeah, Mystis. It was... Yeah, Bram only had 11. It wouldn't have been enough, because he needs 13 when they don't have his shield up. So that's fine. Okay, scimitar attack against Mystis. Does not hit with my 21 AC. Alright, second round, Goblin B is already down. Dacia is up. Dacia is going to do Eldritch Blast. Who's she targeting? Probably C, same one that he went after. Unfortunately, not going to do it, and she's going to take this opportunity to get out of sight, being that she's already taken an arrow. Tolvise is moving in. I'm going to target A. She's going to go ahead and attack now with her rapier. Oh, yes. 25 to hit. She also has... Oh, she's going to get... This thing is going down. She gets sneak attack on the crit as well. But also, she's a half-orc, and I need to not forget this because I feel like I'm likely to. And she can re-roll the damage die again. So this is going to be nutty. We're going to have the rapier strike 2. So that's 5 plus 2d6 for the sneak attack, and we're going to do 2 more d8 for the rapier damage. So it's 5 plus 15, so 20 damage. A goes down. That is solid. Half-orc rogue. Very nice. Okay. That was A. A gets a red circle around him, being dead. She's going to close in, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So both of them cannot attack at range against her or anyone, because we close that distance. And now the next Goblin D He's going to pull out Scimitar and attack Tolvise. Definitely going to hit. Good. Only 3 damage against Tolvise. She's like the most vulnerable. Not looking good on her part. Mystis is up. Mystis is going to run in and be sort of in the fray with her. He's going to go after... I think he would see that C was coming up next and would probably try to bring him down before he has a chance to attack Tolvise. So here he goes with his longsword. Oof. Does not hit, unfortunately. That is too bad. Now, this goblin would see that Tolvise has taken a hit. Would know that it might just go for the weakest, but we'll just have it be a toss-up because these guys aren't super strategic, and they're now pinned. So rolling low goes for Tolvise, high goes for Mystis. Okay, going for Mystis. Good. He pulls out his Scimitar. 14 does not hit. Bram is up. Bram is going to do his longbow against C again. He's going to miss again. Bram has been useless this fight. Now we're back to Dacia. Dacia is going to jump back out. She's going to blast with Eldritch Blast. Same target, same miss. Our ranged attackers are not doing well. Tolvise is up. She is going to bonus action potion here. So we've got 2 potions of healing. We're going to delete 1. We're going to roll 2d4 plus 2. And we're going to heal 6. So she's back up. Very nice. That was bonus action to heal herself. And then she's going to go in with a rapier strike against... I guess she'd go against D, because I think that's the one that hit her last time. 14. These guys do not have their shield out, so that is going to hit. So she was targeting D. Here comes the D8. Ooh, nice. 11 damage. D goes down. 1 hit. Okay, now Mystis has the opportunity to bring down C before it can do any damage to him or her. Okay, he misses again. C is up. He's going to go for a scimitar attack. We're going to leave it up to a D4. High is Mystis, low is Tolvise. He's going after Tolvise. Scimitar to hit. 16 definitely hits. And here comes the damage roll. Solid hit against Tolvise. I think she might have been at 1 HP if she hadn't had that healing potion. So very nice that we did that. Okay, back to the top of the round. Oh, almost. Bram is up. Hopefully he doesn't miss again. It's funny because he's got the only magical... Oh, there we go. 25 to hit. It definitely hits. Longbow. Very nice. 10 damage on the longbow. Takes down the goblin. Okay. Wrapped that combat pretty nicely. We still have Tolvise a little damaged. Let me look at Mystis's healing potion inventory. He's got just 2, like everyone else. So the question is, do we offer another one of those to Tolvise to make sure she doesn't die? Oh, you know what? We're going to level up here. So let's consider that before we drink another potion. Alright, I need to check the... zoom out here. Yeah, 50 experience per player. That should be enough. Very nice. Our first level up in the game. Okay, So I'm gonna just stop and have them level up immediately here in the dungeon. And I'm going to rule, though I didn't establish this before, that level up means instant long rests for everyone. And it's maybe the only way that this gets granted. And it's going to be, especially at later levels, like so infrequent that I feel like it's not really a broken mechanic. And it's just a thing that happens in a lot of, role-playing games. So I'm just going to lean into that, and we're going to take a little pause from our dungeon to level up our characters. So the way that this works right now is all of our characters need to have and I'll have to update this doodly bob over here with levels by next session. I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. But each of our characters were randomly rolled, and they each came with a subclass that I have to stick to until I can use my rule set to refresh their characters and reset them. So they're kind of stuck as is unless I want to pay for that, and it's... One, I can't do it unless I have already hit their subclass, so I have to stick to that. And then, so that means after level 3 is the only time you can successfully reset. And then there are rules for doing it, costs money, and on my own character it's easier because I don't have to worry about my morale tracking. But all of my characters, in order to do this, well, any of them that I'm trying to reset, they will need to be loyal in morale level, and I don't have anyone who is right now. So, we are just leveling them up according to what I determined was their subclass, which, doesn't matter, at least I don't think for any of our current characters, because they would all get it at level 3. But this is easy for a fighter. Action surge. Now, legitimately, I have it. And I will go ahead and long rest this character. Boom. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one of the cool things about the way I'm running this game is the dungeon I spawned is tuned for level 1. So now having us all at level 2 is going to make this a lot easier. And what were sort of deadly encounters are now going to be a little less deadly, and we should be able to wipe this dungeon a lot more easily. So we're going to go ahead and come in here for Tolvise. She's going to level 2 as well. Cunning action, hell yeah, so much better. And then we're going to come back over here. And we're going to do our long rest for her. Which is good that I didn't use a healing potion on her, because I just gave her a free heal, basically. Alright, Bram. We're going to come in here. We're going to go to level 2. Oh, there's going to be a little more to do here. Oh, nice. Archery. So good. No, he's not going to miss, like, hardly at all. And then he gets some spells. This is... so Hunter's Mark is, like, the obvious choice. Oh, there's a new Hunter's Mark? 1 hour, force damage. Bonus action. Oh, you can upcast it. Oh, wait, I think you already could do that. Never mind. Okay, I don't think there's much difference except for advantage. Yeah, okay, it's force damage, basically, is the upgrade here instead of additional weapon damage. So that's kind of cool. So we're just going to learn the new version of it, just because what the hell. And then I think it's going to be helpful to have another character with Cure Wounds. Oh, they changed the... Instead of evocation spells, now healing spells are abjuration. That is a very interesting change. Okay. He's going to learn Cure Wounds as well. And that should be everything he knows. We're going to go ahead and... I think he's already maxed out here, but we'll do long rest anyway. Now we've got a +8 to hit on this, which is much better. And 20 HP on him. Very nice. Okay, now it's time to level up Dacia. She's, oh, nice, Eldritch Invocation, so Agonizing Blast, gotta do it. This could be actually challenging to choose. You know, we don't have anyone that can persuade, and she's got the highest charisma, and I think Beguiling Influence, yeah, Deception and Persuasion, which I don't think she already had Deception. Background, Stealth and Arcana, Class, History and Religion, yeah. So that's, I feel like, a pretty good one. We could also give her Devil Sight, very nice. I mean, there are lots of good ones in here. Oh yeah, Repelling Blast is interesting. I feel like I could tune her for combat, but I do think that having Persuasion on one of my characters is going to open up my ability to get items at better discounts, and I think that's just going to be more effective for this build out right now. Great. What else? I forgot what else she can do. I don't think much else. Okay. We can get our hands on one more spell here. I do want to see Eldritch Blast. Oh, it specifies now that it can hit objects. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove Eldritch Blast, the old one. I'm just going to start using the new spells wherever I can. So the other spell she had was minor. Oh. Okay, I'm going to upgrade the cantrip here. Oh, what does this do? If a creature hits you with a melee attack before the spell ends. Oh, it's bonus action. I think that's new. Yep, that's nice. Spell ends early if you have no temporary hit points. So because it's bonus action, definitely using it. Yeah, it's basically the same though. Good. Hex, what's the difference here? Looks the same. Okay, now, what is going to be our next spell? Thought I heard something. Okay. Expeditious Retreat would be pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna take Hellish Rebuke. Where am I? I think Expeditious Retreat is really nice. But I think it's going to be less useful in dungeons like this. It's a tough choice. I think maybe Charm Person. Makes a lot of sense. maybe Bane. Gives her more of a like support role and less like damage. But I think I'm... Yeah, let's do Bane. Fine. Okay. Then we're gonna give her that long rest. Alright, we are all leveled up. I need to check if there was loot. Okay, we had 10 electrum, 9 silver, 1 platinum, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and just see if my conversion works. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna actually undo those changes and just copy and paste this in here because it automatically converts it to gold for me. So then we'll just add 31.11. Now we're back up to 74 gold, and we will delete that because it's been collected. Oh, also we need to change party level to 2, which is going to increase the burn, my daily burn of gold. And I think that's all I needed to do now that I'm level 2, so we should be good to go. Alright, back into the dungeon. Okay, so I think the next thing to do is going to be to scout the room. There's sort of the question, like, would I scout the room if I had already fought in it, traversed most of it? I think I would, just to detect if the door was trapped into the next rooms. So we're going to go ahead and roll another time pool here, which we're getting dangerously close to unleashing the time pool, which my characters wouldn't know, so I'm not going to let that factor in to what happens. But what this does is it informs me about what's going on with this door. It is a locked, good wooden door, DC 15 to open, DC 15 to break, 15 HP. Leads to room 15. So we'll look at room 15 real quick. It looks like there's nothing going on there. So that's good to know. I don't have to prep anything. But she would have been aware that the door is locked from that dice pool spend. And that it's a DC 15. So she's aware that it's locked. And she's going to assess the lock, Tolvise is, as our scout, to determine what it is, how likely it is that she thinks she can open it. So she's going to perceive it. 15 meets, it beats. So she knows that it's a 15. It's going to be somewhat challenging. But she's going to try it, and she knows it is not trapped or anything like that. So she's going to try and open it. Okay. She's unable to unlock it, so she's going to have to take 10 if she wants to. So what this is going to do is, as she's taking the 10 to unlock the door, and just as she clicks it open, the next room is empty, so this may generate a danger, most likely will for us. So we're gonna go ahead and roll here. Okay, it says planar trap. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this danger. Okay, so what happened is, I'm gonna go ahead and clear the time pool now because we have our danger that was created, and now the time pool is empty. So a planar trap. So I think how I'm gonna rule this is nigh invisible. Okay, so it is so we're gonna see if she can detect it. So it's a DC 14 plus a half So it actually, I think it's just going to round down. Always? Yeah, it's only after it goes to 4 out of 4 that it would become +1. Otherwise, it's just a DC 14. So I'm going to allow her to try to detect it. But basically, her initial review of the room, she didn't find it. She didn't find it on the door. But now, it is... because of the dice pool, it is a trap that is affected by unlocking the door. And somehow she missed it. So... Or she missed on the original, and now she's going to see if she can detect it. So DC 14 to detect. She does see it. And it's also a DC 14 to disable. So now that she's, she's up next to the door, she's like, oh crap, there's something here. And she's like, she's going to see, she knows that it's there. Now she's going to see if she knows how difficult it will be to disarm. Nice, a 23. She does know that the trap itself, being a DC 14, is going to be somewhat challenging to disable. So what she can do is take 10 to disable it. It's... I don't quite have a rule for this. No, I suppose what you should do is not have a take 10 to disarm traps, because that takes away some of the danger here. So we're definitely going to have her decide whether or not she wants to do it. She's got a better than not chance to do it, so I think she's going to try, but she's going to, ask everyone to step back, and it's 2d10 in damage, so it is it's gonna suck. But Mystis and the rest of the party take a step back, and they're ready to help her if something goes wrong. What's also nice about this is these traps, well, I guess, never mind. This is just how deadly it is. No matter that we all level up to level 2, but I think she can take this hit, basically. Not to mention that she's a half-orc, which is actually kind of nice for somebody who disarms traps. Okay, so here goes the disable attempt. DC 14 to disable. Critical failure. She does not. She's going to take 2d10 psychic damage from this trap. So, dice pool strikes. Holy crap. 18 damage. Rough. So it just blasts out at her and just almost knocks her out. She just falls to the ground backwards, just reeling from the damage, and we all run up and just like, Tolvise, are you alright? She barely stands up, sort of shakily, and she says, I mean, kind of, but not really. I think we may want to use, how many spell slots? He's got 2d8. I thought this was 1d8. That's very good. I wonder if they buffed healing. But he's going to go ahead and cast a Cure Wounds on her. So it's used. Very nice heal. 16. Dang. Alright. So she's up pretty good. She's like, thanks. That really helps. Okay. So trap is now gone. And that would have created noise, triggering a trap. So we're just going to go ahead and add one time pool. So not only can a time pool generate a trap, but it can also add back another time pool if you fail to disable it and create a sound. So, door is open. She was able to unlock it after taking 10, got hit by this trap, and now room 15. So we made it through. We move into room 15. She's going to scout the room, so that's going to be another dice pool. Okay. She is able to detect that the door is, I think, both locked and it looks like trapped as well. So, trapped and stuck iron door. So, it's a big, beefy door. So, DC 15. So, she's aware that it's trapped. So, she's going to try and figure out how tough it's going to be to disarm. So, perception. Okay, she's like, I don't know how hard this is going to be to disarm. But, you know, not simple, probably. She says, okay, everyone stand back. I'm going to try and disable it. Because where we basically are in the dungeon is every other direction is either locked or trapped. I guess she might shy away from this one, actually, because we could go back up to room 9. See, because this one was only locked, and she would have known that based on these rules. So I think we should go back to room 9. I think that she failed and she's not sure how hard this trap is, and she just got knocked by one. I think she's good. Okay, so we're going to head back through all of these rooms and head back to the door to 9. So this is West Entry 1. It's just locked, DC 10 to open, not so bad. But... oh, you know what? We had already gone through here. This is where the cult fanatics were. So we searched this room, I think. And this door was stuck. But with... oh, you know what? What happens when a door is both stuck and locked? Isn't that like the door we just interacted with? Locked, locked. Oh, maybe it doesn't happen that way. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't think they can be both. Okay, so we're basically looking into room 8. There's a hidden chest in there, which will be nice if we could find it. Okay, so she's basically going to take the party back. She's like, hey, there's another trap here. I don't know if I can disable it. I think we should head back to where we found those cultists and see if we can get through that door we haven't been through. So it's a stuck door, DC 25 to break. So this is why I think we didn't do it, is because it's going to make some noise. And I guess the question is, like, are we going to for... oh no, it's a DC to break. And Mystis now has strength. Or we could just attack it. And it's going to trigger dice pool. It's going to be loud. But I think we can probably, like, what I will allow for is... oh, Mystis doesn't have athletics, but has a +4 for them. So am I going to allow the help action in a situation like this so that he's got to, like, that means we would basically always have advantage on door checks like this. I think that's probably fine. How would somebody help him? Like, spin him around and as he, like, you know, puts his shoulder into it. Or I guess just 2 people could, but he takes the lead. I don't know. I think it's probably fine. Maybe I'll search this real quick. And I think it's called Explorers League. Can the help action be used to break down a door? Let's see what this says. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I'm gonna allow advantage here. It's like, there's a cost to this. which is the dice pool. And they could still fail, and it means every failure is still going to potentially add to the dice pool. So it is, I think it's still fine. So Mystis is going to move in, and they know that there are no traps here, but it's just a stuck door. And this door is an iron door. So DC 25 to break. Wait a second. That means I have to crit. Okay, maybe that's why we didn't do this last time. Because this is going to add so much to the dice pool, it's going to be dumb. I don't remember if she tried to determine if this trap I was disarmable. So I'm just going to go ahead and have her recheck that. She's going to roll perception on trap I. So we'll go back up to the top here. DC 15. Okay, she knows that it's a DC 15 to disable. Oh, you know what? I think she did know that, and it's just it's a hard one, but she's aware of how hard it is. Okay, so we're basically stuck, where we either need to break down a really hard door to break down, or we have to make a decision on which trap to disable. I think we would know that the door option is just a really bad option. It's going to be tough. So I think she would want to choose one of the two traps and try to disable them. So I think she's just gonna... She doesn't know how hard this one is, but she knows that this one is hard. So I think that would just lead her to say, okay, you know what, guys? We're kind of stuck. I don't know how to progress here. So I think we're just gonna have to take... I know that this trap looks really complicated for me to disable, so I think I'm going to go back down, and the one I'm not quite sure how challenging it's going to be, I'm going to give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. So we're going back down to room 15. This one I think is actually easier, but it is logical for her to have decided that she's going to take a shot at this one. So it's DC 10 to disable. Okay, she disables it. So this trap is good. Okay. I don't think there's anything else here. It's just trap in a stuck iron door. Oh, okay, so it wasn't even like a locked door. It's a stuck one. And this one is also DC 15 to break. Oh, silly me. And I wasted that sleight of hand check. Okay, so that's a stuck door. So this one is actually... 1 disabled, but 2 stuck. So I'm gonna go ahead and just like play it that way. So we know that the trap is disabled, but the door is stuck. And that's just how I'm gonna indicate that going forward, where we have a green for the trap and a red for the stuck. Okay. Alright, I think we're gonna have to go after the I one. So she comes back up, she tells everyone to stay back. These stuck doors are actually a pain, and until we get higher level, the 25 DC on a stuck door is nuts, dude. Okay. So she's going to try and disable this trap. Trap I, which was a DC 15, I think. Oh, they put in wandering monsters for me. Maybe instead of... the danger that I spawn, I should start by spawning the wandering monsters until they're all defeated. And then I think that would be better than just doing a trap. Or maybe the danger can be... I'm just going to do this for testing. Oh yeah, it can be an enemy. So I think what I'm going to do is... anytime it's an enemy and not a trap, I'll spawn one of the wandering monsters on the list. And that's just if I'm in a dungeon. If I'm out in the world, I'll just use whatever that it generates, as long as it makes sense, because the Spirit Lord, Master, or Lich seems... I guess I could just say that that was like the boss. But anyway, I'll use my discretion on that. But if it's a creature that is the danger, I'm just going to go... And I'm in a dungeon, I'll use the Wandering Monsters table. Okay, so Trap Eye. This is a DC 15 to disable. Nice. 22. So we made it past. Okay, so I guess she would also know, because we did a check here, what this door is. So 19. Our west entry is trapped, but unlocked stone door. So she would know that it's trapped. And let's see if she knows how challenging it is to disable. 13. Okay, so she knows that... Or she doesn't know how hard it's going to be to disable. Okay, so she's going to move up here to room 5. And the south entry is a stuck, simple wooden door, so it would be easy to break down. But we have a monster in here. But 10 gold, that's nice. Okay, so I think what she would do is, knowing that it was safe out here, she would come up to this. Okay, so if it's a stuck door, I think if they broke it, it is going to trigger dice pool, but if they break it on the first go, they could get a surprise round. So we're going to go ahead and have an Orog here summoned in. We're going to see how close he is. Okay, he's just right on the other side of the door. So that's interesting. So he's just going to be chilling right here. I don't know what to make of that. Yeah, this is the marching order. Tolvise in front, Mystis next, Dacia, and then Bram. Okay, so it looks like an easy door to break. But she's going to listen in and see if she can hear him. I think that doesn't make too much sense, because it's not like he's not talking to anybody. It's a 12 perception. It's pretty good. He's not hiding. So I don't think she can make a check to know if someone's behind there. So I think they would just try to break down the door, but know that there could be somebody on the other side, and to immediately rush in and attack whoever they are. So we're gonna do... Oh man. We're gonna do advantage on our strength check for Mystis. And it needs to be a DC 10 to break it down. So athletics, advantage. Okay, yeah. So basically what happens is they run in. And they just break down that door shoulder first. Mystis runs in first. And let's set up our encounter here. Is there anything else in this room? It says a rope ascends to a wooden platform in the north side of the room, and a tapestry of a god of fate hangs from the south wall. So there's nothing, no traps in here, anything like that to pay attention to. But I think it was room 36 that had the Orog, so it's actually super easy to dupe that one. We've already got him. Oh, I deleted too much. I don't think it updated that we're all level 2. I think I need to refresh that. Oh, maybe I just like pick a different... There we go. Okay, so now it's not going to give me as much experience for this encounter. We're going to edit it because this is actually room 5. But yeah, this should be so much easier. Okay, so we just bust down that door. And this, he's just an orc, right? Yeah, he's just a buff orc, basically. I don't know what an orog means. I don't know if that's a name or what, but... Okay, we're going to auto-roll initiative for the whole party here. Okay, so I guess we were trying to get a surprise round, right? Like, bust down the door and attack whatever's there. And he wouldn't have been ready for us. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do a stealth check up to the door to see how Tolvise does at getting us in position. A 9 against his... Okay, so actually we don't get a surprise round. As we gear up to break in, we are not sneaky enough, and it's just from the top. So, Dacia's up first. Here comes Eldritch Blast. Crit. Oh, I wonder... she would have reapplied Armor of Agathis, so let's go ahead and put that on here with 5 temp HP. Yep, she's got it there. And then would she have hexed on this guy? I think she's going to save her last slot. I think that's fine. So 25, so a crit. So we're going to go ahead and roll crit damage. 15. Dang, so good. Very nice. Okay. Orog is up. He's going to turn around and all he sees is Mystis, like, that just ran into him basically, running through the wall. He's going to make 2 Great Axe attacks. This is perfect because Mystis has really strong AC, but it's not enough. He's going to take some damage. Jeez, 15 damage. Oh my god. This guy is strong, even against level 2s. Okay, second attack with a Great Axe. Okay, that one misses. Thank goodness. Alright, Mystis is up. I think he might do... Oh, he's got... he can do his second wind. 1d10 plus 2. So he's going to use that with his bonus action to just heal up a little bit. So it's going to be 7 healing. Not bad. Okay, and he's going to go ahead and I guess he could use his action to defend and force disadvantage, and then these guys can just range Orog. That's probably the cleanest way to do it. So he's going to use the dodge action. So I'm going to just mark that by, like, I guess yellow. Okay, so he's just going to basically go into a tanking stance. And that, I think it lasts until the end of your next turn. So let's see here. If you take the dodge action until the start of your next turn, any attack roll made against you is a disadvantage. So cool. He just got hit heavy, and now he's just like ready to dodge the next 2 attacks, and that'll be a disadvantage if they're against him. I think Tolvise, given the close quarters and seeing that Mystis went into like a defensive stance, she's just gonna go ahead and pull out her short bow and try to attack him with the short bow. Okay, not gonna hit with an 11. I don't think she's gonna do anything else at this point. Bram is up. He's gonna do his standard longbow attack. 17 does not hit. So he's done. Dude, this guy with 18 AC. Crazy. Eldritch Blast. 19 hits. Dang, so good. Oh, I forgot that she's got the invocation now, so she can do more damage with the Eldritch Blast. So good. Alright, Dacia is going to use Eldritch Blast. Oh gosh, she's MVP this round. Crits, max damage on the second one. So good. Okay, Orog is up again. He's going to make his Great Axe attacks now at disadvantage. So his first one, he's a crit fail. Very nice. Second attack at disadvantage again. Another crit fail. Hell yeah. Okay, well done. Mystis does not take any damage. Burns that guy's turn. What's he gonna do? This guy's looking low, so Mystis might go in for the kill. If he's being especially careful, he's gonna use a dodge action again. Because he can't give himself advantage or anything. This guy's got high AC, so I think he's gonna go ahead and just do it again. He's gonna take the dodge action after he drinks a potion. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of another potion here. 2d4 plus 2. So 8 healing. Alright, he's back up to full. And yeah, he's gonna take the dodge action again. Good. Tolvise is up. She's gonna do short bow. 13 does not hit. Bram is up. Long bow. Nice. Hits. 11 damage. Oh, he's almost down. Oh, he should have done Hunter's Mark. And I suppose he would have. On the first round as well. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and do that. I'm going to indicate here that he's got Hunter's Mark up by giving him purple. Which means it would have done another d6 of force. There's a chance this kills him. Oh, of course, it does not. That's what I get for retconning in my favor. Alright, Dacia's up. She's going to do the Eldritch Blast. Does not hit. Orog is up again. Mystis is dodging, so these attacks will be at disadvantage. Okay, 10 does not hit. Second attack at disadvantage. Oh my god. Okay. The 10 does not hit, but that other one was a crit, and that's very scary. Okay, Mystis is up. He's just gonna go for the attack this time. So he's gonna longsword attack. 15 does not hit. Now he is a little more vulnerable, but he's up at full HP. And we have everyone else's turn to try to do 1 HP of damage to this guy. So we're going to do another short bow. Nope. Come on, Bram. Take him down. Oh, Bram's got the archery. Oh, phew, that was close. Almost a 2. Okay, so that does it. That should bring him down. 10 more damage, and the orc goes down. Very nice. Okay, so 10 treasure. So we'll go ahead and add 10 to our gold here, which is nice. We've got some experience to grant. In this we need to now pay attention to the actual encounter because we've leveled up in this dungeon. It's going to give us different experience. So it's 113. So we're going to manage this. I'm going to add 113. Very nice. It's actually not that bad to level 3. So I think we could probably do it tonight and in this dungeon. So, okay. So this Orog is dead. We did break down the door, and I don't think I put a danger dice in there, so we'll go ahead and do that. Retcon that. Tolvise moves into the room. Tolvise is going to use another danger dice to detect the door. It is a stuck, simple wooden door. DC 10 to break. Oh no, that was South Entry. East Entry is a strong wooden door, but also stuck. Okay, so we might need to break down another door here. And that's what she would convey to the team, but that there are no traps or anything. And then this leads us to room 25. And what's over there? Empty room, so we don't have to worry so much about that. She wouldn't know it's empty. And there's no sneaking into a room like this that we have to break down the door. So she would be able to tell by just looking at the door that it's a strong wooden door. It might be a little tougher for us to knock down, and it might take multiple tries, but we're going to give it a go. So, help action, advantage on the athletics check to break down the door. 18, success. We break it down. We get a danger pool for making noise. Tolvise moves into the room. I guess Mystis would be in there as well. And now we're in room 25. What does it say? Empty room. Nothing really to report here. But we see two doors. The south is a stuck simple wooden door, and the east is a stuck simple wooden door. But it looks like we do have something going on in our next room here. A Bandit Captain. So let's go ahead and prepare room 6. We'll duplicate this one. Room 6. And then we will do a Bandit Captain. And we will manage our characters and re-add this. Okay, it's a medium difficulty now that we are level 2. So, you know what? She would have, in this room, to check for traps, we would have done another danger dice. So what needs to happen here is we're going to empty our dice pool again. So let's go ahead. We did identify that these are stuck doors, but there are no traps or anything with them, which is nice. But we are going to see if we trigger. Yes, we do. So we got a mob. Or did we? No. It was a trap. A gas fire or poison trap. So we'll just use what was down here. So, of course, another deadly trap. And we will just say that it wasn't on the doors, but it was in the room. And it is a loud trap, so it's going to launch us into loading up another D6 no matter what happens here. And so I think the way that I'm going to rule this, since we broke down the door to get into this room and it triggered as we were exploring the room, which maybe Mystis would have gone back out as Tolvise looked for traps, and I think that's legit. She would have discovered a trap, and it would have been at a distance. And then let's see, it's a deadly to detect it before just setting it off. So let's see if she can do it. DC 16. No, she fails. So she just sets it off. And this is a loud necrotic trap. 2d10 necrotic damage. Okay, so she takes 6 necrotic damage. Not terrible. And it's loud. So we're gonna go ahead and drop in another time pool here. And then I think I'm gonna rule that if we have a loud noise in a room next to another enemy, that might just roll into them coming to check it out. And the way that this works is, if I remember correctly, bad guys, monsters in the dungeon can just move through stuck doors as if they are unlocked, which is just sort of a layer action sort of thing. So immediately making that loud noise, we aggro basically everything in parallel rooms. So Bandit Captain comes straight in. It's still stuck, or maybe I'm just going to rule that it unstucks the door if he comes through it. But we immediately drop into combat with this Bandit Captain, and Tolvise is up close. I wonder if I would... She's going to have to actually make a contest to see if he gets a surprise round on us. So this is going to be perception against his stealth, because he sort of like heard something and he's sneaking up. Just athletics and deception, so it's just going to be a standard dex roll. He gets a surprise round on her. Okay, that's going to suck. But here we go. So we're starting the combat. Bandit Captain is going... Oh gosh, he's strong. So he's got a multi-attack, 2 scimitar, and 1 with dagger. Let's see how Tolvise does. She could get down from this right now. So first attack... Oh, it's a surprise round too, so he's got advantage. Dang. Making noise is deadly. Okay, so advantage on the first one. She's only got 14 AC. 22 to hit. So first scimitar hit does 6 to her. Okay, second scimitar hit at advantage. Nice. Misses. Okay. And then the third attack at advantage with the dagger. Definitely hits, but it's not going to be as bad because it's a dagger. Alright, 6 more damage. Yeah, didn't get downed, but very easily could have. Okay, now surprise round is done. Back up to the top of the turn order. Dacia's up first, so she's going to run in. What's she going to do? I think she's just going to do a standard attack. Eldritch Blast. Misses. What's his AC? 15? Okay, Tolvise is up. She has Cunning Action. That is going to be helpful here. I suppose that means that Dacia would have run back out behind. And then she's going to use... and you can't forget about Relentless Endurance. It's pretty good. Okay, so Cunning Action. Yeah, I can dash, disengage, or hide. So she's going to go ahead and disengage. She's pretty low, but she's going to use a short bow attack. Does not hit. And then she's going to be like, shit, and run out past us and get behind the wall here. And then Bandit Captain is... I guess these two would need to like move this far away not to get hit by an attack. Which she would have been able to make it that far, so the Bandit Captain moves into the doorway here. And now on his standard attack is going to try to hit Mystis, which is not really probably going to happen. So 2 scimitar attacks. Nope, misses. Ooh, he does get one on Mystis with a 24 to hit. So that's going to be 8 damage on Mystis. Okay, and then he's going to do his dagger attack. Misses. Alright, cool. Mystis is up. Only 8 HP. This guy is taking a beating. I guess he's going to use his last potion. Oh yeah, he has a haste spell scroll. I don't really want to use that right now. So we're just going to use our potion of healing. That's 2d4 plus 2. Okay, so 6 healing. Not great. Probably use a healing spell here pretty soon. But he is... I think he's going to go tank mode again against this guy with how many attacks he's got and how we're a little low on resources. He's going to drop back and do dodge action. And he's actually going to move into... No, he can't move into the doorway. Okay, so dodge action. Bram is up. He's going to take a few steps back here and take some shots at this guy, or a shot. So here comes the longbow. 11 does not hit, but he... Oh, he would use his bonus action as well to apply Hunter's Mark on him. And then he's going to use... Oh, he can't use Helping Hands. Okay, he's not going to be able to do any healing for him, so that's that. Dacia's up. Same thing for her. Eldritch Blast. Very nice. Actually gets a hit. Nice! Dude, she is doing so good. 13 force damage with an Eldritch Blast. Tolvise is up. Tolvise is going to do... yeah, how do I want to do this? She's going to take the hide action. So she's just going to do a stealth. Okay, I think that's going to work. And we'll just do like a spot perception on his end, which is no proficiency, so that's just a wisdom check. Okay, so she's able to hide from him, so she's going to get advantage on her short bow attack. 15 meets a beats, barely hits him. So she's going to do 8 plus her sneak attack. So that's going to be 11 damage. This guy's tough. Okay, so now we've got 2 disadvantaged scimitar attacks. Misses by 1. Nice. Okay, we've got another one here. Disadvantage. Another miss. That dodge action, that's strong. And then disadvantage. Ooh, another miss by 1. A dodge action came in clutch. Okay, Mystis is up. We're going to do it again. We're going to do another dodge action. Bram's up. $18 hits. It's going to be 12 damage. Okay. That's it for him. Dacia's up. Here comes Eldritch Blast. Misses. Tolvise is up. She's going to do her hide. 23 against his wisdom. Crit. So no hide. It's unsuccessful. So she's just going to attack standard with the short bow. Still hits and still gets sneak attack because an enemy is within 5. Oh, I forgot to roll. Okay, so that's 6 damage for her. And then I forgot to do... Actually, did Bram hit or miss? I think he hit. Yeah, 18 to hit. He should have done another D5 and force damage because of Hunter's Mark. So there's another 4 damage. Alright, so he's looking bad. but he is up, and here comes his disadvantaged attacks. Fail. Fail, but close. Clear this. Okay, he misses again. Really nice to have this dodge action tanking. Okay, Mystis is going to do it again. We're going to do another round of this. Bram's longbow attack. 11 to hit, fails. Dacia's Eldritch Blast. 13. Fails. Tolvise. She's going to go for the sneak again. Probably fails. 6 against, 17. So she fails, so she's just going to do a standard. Oh, oops. But it was a 2. It would have been a 2 plus. Yeah, okay, it was going to fail anyway, but I rolled it on the wrong character sheet. So she's going to just make a short bow attack standard, no advantage. 18 hits. 4 plus 3, 7 damage. Okay, here comes the disadvantage attacks. Against misses. Okay, solid miss. Solid miss. Third attack. Solid miss. Dude, very strong. Alright, he's gonna do dodge action again. Bram is up. Uh, 20 to hit. That's gonna do it. It's gonna be 8 damage plus the d6 for Hunter's Mark. So that's gonna be 10 damage. He's only got 2 HP left. This guy is going down. Dacia. Eldritch Blast. 17 hits. Here comes our d10. Very nice. She does it. She kills him. Alright, Bandit Captain goes down. That worked out. Even though Tolvise got beat up pretty bad there in the beginning from this guy, we were able to bring him down. Mark him as red. We will check out hardly any money from him, which is kind of funny because he's a bandit captain, so you'd think like, yeah, he stole some money at one point. So 1.35 gold from that battle, plus 1.35. Cool. And then we will calculate experience next. So pop up to room 6. This one was a medium difficulty given that we're all level 2. So it's 113 experience for each of us. Alright, we're about halfway to level 3. Very nice. Okay, so room 6 is now available to us. But the question is, do we want to go and back up to the city to rest? I think it's a good idea. I think maybe anytime you leave the dungeon to, go rest or something, you should probably add a danger pool, just to see if you're leaving, attracts any attention. In this case, it does not. We successfully exit the dungeon, and we are all able to settle in for a long rest. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed time here. So this would basically be, well, let's say it took us maybe another hour to do all of what we just did. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. So at noon, we're basically like surfacing from the dungeon, needing a break. So to take us basically to 8 a.m. the next day, that's going to be, math is hard. I think it's 18 hours. And that'll be our long rest. 18 hours. Update time. That should take us to 8 a.m. the next day. 6 a.m. the next day. Okay, so we'll do 2 more hours. Just because 8 a.m. is a good time to start the day. Not too early. So, I need to figure out where these guys stay overnight because I don't have a lot of detail about them. So let's just go look at these characters, and we'll take this as an opportunity to take a little break from our, deep dive into the dungeon, into combat, and we will maybe do some role play here. So I'm not going to be talking to, well, maybe I will talk to myself. We'll see. So Mystis, looking at the party, having taken some solid hits himself and seeing that Tolvise is not doing well, they've, used up a lot of their potions. I'm actually going to have somebody hand off a potion over to Mystis because he's used so many and taken so many hits. Let's see here. So we're going to take one away from Bram and give it to Mystis. Add to the backpack. Great, now he's got one more potion. So, so they would have come up. I think that, pretty much everyone would have had some sort of place to stay. So Dacia, perhaps, as a historian, she has, let's just say that Mystis, as sort of the kind of blooming party leader, he basically says, like, hey, let's call it here. This has been quite a day, even though it's still a little early in the day. I think we all need some rest, and I think there's more work to be done down in the dungeon. But I think we're going to do a lot better if we all get some rest. I think sometimes, especially when a quest is in question, it might not make a lot of sense for the party to be able to take a break in case it compromises the quest. In this case, I mean, this is where the thieves hide out. So I don't think that simply that somebody has come in and started killing people would necessarily mean that. And I mean, maybe this is just the cultist that left. He might have already just left, but he's gonna have to come back at some point, and that's the mechanic that will sort of lead to them unlocking, finishing the quest. But after clearing all the rooms and making sure that every enemy is defeated within the dungeon. But I think for this quest in particular, it's fine that they take a rest, and so I think I'm not gonna say that this is one, if they leave and have to take a long rest, that it would auto-fail the quest, which I think could happen in certain instances. So I think Mystis basically, he invites them all to come to the inn. He's going to just thank them for the day, for their hard work, for taking many hits for the party and trying to achieve this quest. And he's like, I am very impressed with the way that we've been able to work together down in the dungeons. I feel like we have all even just grown individually, and it's a touching moment, or maybe it's not, but we're gonna have him go ahead and just roll persuasion to see how or maybe persuasion, just to see how convincing he is, how encouraging he is, and whether or not the others are interested in sort of his encouragement. Okay, pretty good. 16. So I'm gonna say because of what happened with the day, because he is able to put his words together in a way that is actually good, that he they all sort of like agree, like, yeah, that was rough, but we did a great job, and I'm gonna go ahead and just allow all of them to move up to friendly, and Tolvise is actually even more so because he saved her life at that one point, so now she's up to devoted, but the other two up to friendly. It's like it was a good solid work down there. And I think I am going to stick to the rule, like, if anyone goes down, they lose a morale level. I think, and that's probably going to be the primary way that morale levels go down going forward, because if the party keeps running into issues where, and I think it's once per fight, because I think like once you go down and then you get potion, you go down again, I'm going to count that as like once per fight. But you could lose a lot of progress in, building morale with the party if you are not doing combat well. So I think that's going to be one of the primary ways that morale level is lost. But this is the opposite. This is good. The party has done exceptionally well. Even Bram was stoked to receive a magical bow from it. And so even though he's got sort of a more gruff personality, he's come around a bit to Mystis. And Mystis is a weird looking guy. He's a blue tiefling. He's got the wings, like, even for a tiefling, he's odd looking. But I think that Bram would kind of take to him, being that he looks like a little bit of an outcast. But this group of adventurers, they're a little bit like that. You got a warlock, you got a ranger that's sort of like edgy, and then you've got half-orc rogue, like, and then you've got your primary like fighter as a blue tiefling with bat wings. This group doesn't, they probably look pretty intimidating. They don't look like your standard do-gooders. So I think that makes Bram kind of open to, if he was just like human paladin, Bram would be a lot more resistant to befriending him. But I think it makes sense, and yeah, I think it's good. So but getting around to the point, Mystis, after saying all that, and everyone's like, yeah, feeling good about this group, he says, why don't we, have a nice dinner, I'll pay for it, and we'll spend the night here at the inn, and I'll pay for the rooms. And that's just going to come out of the daily burn gold, because 4 gold is quite a bit for rooms and food. So that's what it's going to cost to basically long rest at this point, is 4 gold. And so we're going to go ahead and get long rests for the whole party. Cool, I love that. That was our first like full day. That was a bunch of encounters, solid, progression. The party is sort of established, like, that they work well together, and there's some morale built among them, and they're still set on completing this quest, and so it all feels pretty good. We've hit the next day. It's 8 a.m. Everyone wakes up ready to go, feeling good. We're going to keep our time pool. It's always just static, no matter what. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So the party will go back down into the dungeon, and we'll hit back into room 25. And we'll go from there. So room 25 is empty, as we established. Is room 6 that had... Oh, there was supposed to be one more bandit. Oops. Okay, I don't know what to do about that, because I was supposed to have another enemy in that fight. I think it would have basically gone the same way, because we had the door on lock. Actually, Tolvise might have gone down from the bandit's attack. But anyway, I'm not going to retcon it at this point. I'm going to say, why don't we just throw that bandit in on the next fight, whatever it is, and that will balance it out. So, Tolvise is now able to look through this door that he came through. We also have another stuck door that she's able to see is stuck. And I mean, I can see the map, and I think that she probably wouldn't want to go through it, given that there's an open door is probably the logic here. Yeah, it's another stuck door. So she's going to go through the one that's now open. And it says, in this room, someone has scrawled "run away" in blood on the east wall, and unintelligible whispering fills the room. Why was the Bandit Captain in here? That sounds like a terrible room to just hang out in. So anyway, Tolvise is going to do a scout on the room. We're going to add a danger dice, and she's going to detect that basically there's just a stuck door on the other side, no other dangers in here. The party is going to go ahead and I think proceed through this room. We're going to take away his hunter's mark. She's going to reapply Armor of Agathis. Dacia is. So we're going to go 5 temp hit points and spend one of her packed slots to do so. Great. So I think we're going to break down this door. It's just a simple door. Should be pretty easy to break. But it is going to give us a dice. So Mystis with the athletics. Help action for advantage on the roll. And 13. We do break down the door. So we'll turn that green. We get through. We will take one more time dice. And then it's into a hallway, so there's no trigger on anyone getting aggroed, which is good. And then we do need to scout the hallway, so we're going to take another dice to do so, and immediately detect that there's a trap in the hall. Okay, now. Trap C is an iron oh wait, that's a corridor feature. Oh, never mind, it's not a trap. It's just an iron chandelier, hangs from the ceiling. Okay, so cool. We find an iron chandelier and it's hanging from the ceiling. Excellent. So she's going to search the rest of the hall here. We've got room 12, the north entry is a wooden portcullis. Very hard to get through. It's a beef boy. She will have to inspect to see how hard she thinks it is to get through. But using that dice to explore the rest of this hallway, dead end over there. And then this will be interesting. There's just an open archway here into room 24. So let's go up here, room 24. Let's see what we got. Oh, wasn't there a hidden treasure in another room? Where was that? Is that room 15? I feel like, was it 33? It must have been 8. Yeah, and we didn't go through it because it was like a really tough door. Okay. Bummer. But room 24 seems to have some goods for us, so let's check it out. We've got a hidden chest. Okay. Oh boy, looks like we've got enemies in most of these other rooms next to us here. So this could get tricky. But the entrance here is just an archway. So she's going to, and room 24 has no enemies in it. So she sneaks up into the room. She's going to make her check here. Oh, 2 of these are secret. Oh, these are all hidden doors. So it's only 23. And 23 has a gelatinous cube in it. So what she's going to do is she needs to make a check in this room. This is going to trigger the danger pool. And we'll see if we get something. Divine. Yeah, it's just a trap. Okay, we're going to clear the danger pool. And we've got a deadly damage trap, but easy to disarm. That's great. So, so we're able to make checks on these 2 hidden doors, but there's also a trap here. And where does it say it is in the room? At a near distance, it says. It's a quiet trap, which is nice because it won't aggro everyone next to us. But yeah, that's the tricky thing with these dice pools and the traps, is that if we get one and it's a loud one, that is just going to potentially aggro 3 rooms, and we will like literally need to run, or we could be very easily overwhelmed and killed. So she's going to make a perception check to see if she can tell how hard it is to disable. She can tell it's easy. So she's going to go ahead and try to disable it without hesitation. Boom. Bada boongus. Easy trap. Alright. I'm going to have to end the stream here, unfortunately. And duty calls. But we are in the middle of this room. We are going to figure out if this trap triggers. And, or wait, no. We did a 23 to disarm it. So it is disarmed. Good to go there. So when we start again, we will we'll be exploring the room with the gelatinous cube in it. We'll see if we can sneak up on that cube. I think kiting it's probably going to be pretty easy. But that's it for this episode, this session of Tabletop Therapy. I hope you'll stop in next time. Check us out live on Twitch, and we'll have all these episodes up on YouTube. And until next time.